The Wolverines of the University of Michigan are coached by Bo Schembechler, and that team, of course, has been no stranger to conference championships, no stranger to the Rose Bowl in Pasadena. But this year they got off to a shaky start. They opened their season against Northwestern, an obviously inferior team, and yet they struggled, beat the Wildcats by 7. Then came 2 consecutive losses to Notre Dame and South Carolina. However, they have rebounded with 3 wins over Cal, Michigan State, and Minnesota. Let's take a look at some of the individual standouts for the University of Michigan, and we'll take you back to September the 13th. 17-10 was the final score. Anthony Carter is a man to keep your eye on today. You can hardly miss him. He wears number 1. Here, he makes the catch in the end zone for the touchdown. That makes the score 17-10. Defensively, one of the standouts would be the linebacker number 41, Andy Cannavino. And in that game against the Wildcats, it was Cannavino who came up with this game-saving interception to preserve the 7-point win. The following week, a thriller. In South Bend, final score 29-27, Notre Dame. Lawrence Ricks is a man you'll see a lot of today, the tailback number 46. Notre Dame led in the game 14-0. But Ricks got loose here, a 28-yard run in the second quarter. The quarterback for Michigan, at least in the starting role today, number 5, John Wangler. And here he connects with Anthony Carter, a 17-yard pass to put Michigan deep in Irish territory. Wangler back to pass again and throws to the running back Ricks, 8 yards for the touchdown to make the score 14-7. Wangler with some good receivers, including end number 82 Norm Betts, who catches a 9-yard scoring pass here. And at halftime, the Irish and the Wolverines were tied 14-all. This was the kickoff in the second half. Notre Dame kicking to Michigan. We know what Carter can do as a wide receiver, and here's what he can do as a kickoff returner. Down the sideline, cuts back all the way across the field to put Michigan in good field position early in that second half. A 67-yard kickoff return. Later on that drive, number 32, the fullback Stan Edwards plows in for the touchdown to make it 21-14. In addition to Ricks, the other tailback we'll see, Butch Woolfolk, number 24. After Notre Dame had taken the lead 26-21, Woolfolk gets loose here, a 37-yard run late in the game. Then the play on which Michigan thought they had won it. Watch this. The pass from Wangler will be tipped by Woolfolk in the end zone, off his hands and into the hands of Craig Dunaway for the touchdown to make it 27-26 in the final minute of play. Again, Wangler in slow motion on the roll toward the sideline. The tip and the touchdown. But Notre Dame still had time remaining to mount a drive. Then the most controversial play of the game, out of the shotgun, Blair Keel, the quarterback, back to throw, and pass interference is called on Marion Body, number 3. Just past midfield. That set up a game-winning field goal. Harry Oliver coming in as time runs out. A 51-yard kick was good. And as time ran out, Notre Dame winning a thriller, the final score 29-27. The following week, back here in Ann Arbor, South Carolina came in and upset the Wolverines. And of course, the Gamecocks are led by number 38 All-America George Rogers, rushed for 142 yards that day, and the Gamecocks win it. Michigan's record at that point was 1-2. But they rebounded, they beat Cal, and then they took on Michigan State the following week. Had a tough tussle there, but won it by 3. Marion Body atoning for what had happened at South Bend, intercepting a pass that was tipped by Cannavino and running it back here. And then Wangler in the game against the Spartans, off the play fake, finding Carter, a tough man to cover one-on-one as he gets down to the 1-yard line. Lawrence Ricks taking it in. Bo Schembechler, the Michigan coach, our man Bill Fleming, spoke with Bo here yesterday.
Coach, a few years ago, it had been heresy to suggest that a Bo Schembechler team was a passing team, and yet this year you're passing 7 or 8 times more a game than you ever did before.
Well, that's true, because the defenses, Bill, have really come up hard on us, and they bring the 8th man into the running game, and we just feel that it's necessary for us to pass.
Now, of course, you don't have the option quarterback that you've had in the past.
We're trying to use the talents of John Wangler. He's basically a throwing quarterback, and he's not an option quarterback at all. So I would describe our offense today as power running and passing, and the option play is strictly a secondary thing.
Well, when I talked to you in the spring, though, you told me that Steve Smith is the man that you really felt was going to bring this team around, yet we haven't even seen him. What, 3 plays?
Well, the problem with Steve, early in practice, just before our first scrimmage in August, he injured his shoulder and missed the rest of the early season practice. So here's a freshman, who granted has enormous talent, but he had no scrimmages whatsoever. And even through the first couple of games of the season, he wasn't ready to play. He's coming along pretty well. We put him in the game at Minnesota last week just to give him some experience. And it could be that any time, I think he's pretty much now ready to help us some. But Wangler's been doing a good job. He's been throwing well and running the team well. And I don't think it's time right now to think about making a change.